Hi there, welcome to the Animals Naturally podcast with me, Suzanne. The aim of this podcast is to give you ideas and tips on how to care for your animal more naturally. Whether your animal is large or small, there's a whole world of complementary therapies and holistic approaches that you can use to help your animal have a more naturally healthy lifestyle. In this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk to you about some herbs that can help your animal's health and what evidence there is. So, evidence-based medicine is a term that's used throughout both human and veterinary healthcare. It's important that you know that despite it being possible to go into a pharmacy or health food store or animal feed shop, some of the products won't have gone through thorough or extensive research trials to prove their benefits. Of course, what you buy should be safe, and there's a difference between product safety sometimes and actual evidence of how it will definitely help with a particular ailment. The evidence behind some products will vary. But does that mean they don't work? Well, no, not always. As is with the case with any food or medicine for us or our animals, what will work with one individual won't work with another. Does this mean the product isn't any good? Well, no, of course, each and every one of us, animals included, is unique. Our health is unique. So why should each and every food or medicine work the same for everybody? But knowing if there is evidence to say something may work is important, particularly when we're dealing with our health. Medicines and foods not only cost money after all, but you want them to work and be beneficial. So the first herb that I'm going to look at is basil and rosemary herbs for canine diabetes management. Now, basil and rosemary are two herbs that are quite well known both in human cooking and also they can be used for medicinal properties. In 2020, the Veterinary World Journal published research that looked at the efficiency or the efficacy of rosemary and basil leaves as a promising nutritional management tool for diabetes in Rottweiler dogs. And it did actually find that it was useful. The findings concluded that rosemary and basil, when the diet was fortified with these herbs in the right combination, then it might be used as a promising modulator of blood glucose levels, and help prevent and control diabetes mellitus in dogs. The next herb that can be used as has benefits evidenced is slippery elm. So slippery elm is a subject of another podcast episode if you have a look through the back catalogue. And slippery elm is used to help with many issues, including digestion. In 2013, the Open Journal of Veterinary Medicine published research that looked at the benefits of slippery elm to help with canine and feline digestive health. And this research did conclude that the use of the slippery elm did make a clinical difference to the cats and dogs who received it in the clinical trial. So devil's claw is something that horse owners may be aware of, particularly is in its role as an alternative to bute as a painkiller. So in 2019, the Journal of Veterinary Pharmacology and Therapeutics published research to determine if there was any side effects and also was there any benefits from using devil's claw in horses. This is important about side effects. It's something you may not think too much of, but sometimes, though, long-term use of medicines can lead to other health issues, such as gastric ulcers. The research concluded that devil's claw is a safe drug and well tolerated on all administration routes. Treatment of horses with it did not have any clinically detectable side effects, such as gastrointestinal irritation in their study. So there's three sections of research I just mentioned there, about basil and rosemary, slippery elm and devil's claw, each being evidence to be useful in different settings for cats, dogs and horses. It is possible to find that veterinary research has taken place to determine if herbs can help your animal's health. That's only a small selection. There is lots more information online, and I have some research listed at the Taranet website, which is mine, and I'll post the link to that in the show notes. So I hope that's been useful. Please remember though that if your horse, dog or other animal is unwell or on any kind of medication or other supplement, then do always speak to your veterinary surgeon first before using any supplement or therapy or herbal medicine, even natural ones, to avoid any possible issues. It's worthwhile knowing, though, that there is evidence out there. So if people say to you that actually there's no evidence for different natural therapies working, they might actually be wrong. So please bear this in mind so your animal can have a more naturally healthy lifestyle. If you'd like more information on complementary therapies and holistic approaches, then do visit the website at taranet.co.uk, where you can find lots of information. If you know somebody who'd find this useful, then please do share this podcast with them. Thank you for listening, and until next time, goodbye.